everybody, I am Anjali S. I got All India rank 26th this year in the UPSC Civil Service Examination 2017, and you're watching me on Delhi Knowledge Track. So a lot of questions that I get these days are regarding my optional, which is a very unconventional optional. English literature was my optional, and the reason to choose this has been very clear for me. So there has been the belief that if an engineer takes English literature and writes a UPSC examination, it's very difficult to sail through, but that is not true. And I happened to realize this when I met a senior of mine, Shafiq, who is now an IRS officer, who cleared with English literature itself. So I went with my heart and chose an optional that I really had an interest in. The reason is that you have to spend 500 or more hours reading the optional. So it is very important that you like the process and you like the subjects itself. So that will give you more motivation to look beyond what you see in the textbook in the optional. So that's the one bit that I would like to say. Another suggestion for people who are looking for English as an optional is for you to go through something like go through 6 or 7 years of question papers that previously came for their civil service examination itself. So one warning is that the questions are not typically how it's really asked in a college setup. So you might have to think in a slightly different way for English optional for civil service. So if you think that you have seen some 6-7 years of question paper, and if you think that you will be able to write answers for those exams provided you have read the book, I think it's very safe and optional to go by provided you have a very good aptitude for it. So my preparation of English literature optional was a 5-step process. The first thing I did was to have a thorough look at the syllabus and also go through 6 or 7 years of question papers of literature and connect these questions with the works in the syllabus itself. So once I had an understanding of what kind of questions are asked from each of the work of literature, I would go ahead and read each of these textbooks. So the second part of my preparation was to go through the basic books for literature that is given in the syllabus itself. For example, there are 14 novels, 5 plays, 60 poems, a lot of which are very small, and a basic understanding of the history of English literature. So once you go through most of these sources first hand yourself, and with having a keen understanding of what kind of questions are asked, you're basically done with the second part as well. So one thing that is important to do while you read these works is that you look for particular things that give you hints of how that particular time period was set up, or how people in that time period was behaved, or what was the belief system, or how can you compare two characters of two different literary works set in two different time period and compare the belief system through these characters. So all these kind of questions are generally what you're looking for when you're reading the syllabus itself or the works itself. So that's the first thing. So having a keen socio-politic economic understanding of the time period and the work is actually more important than really reading through the whole work itself. So that is really the second part of preparation. The third part I would suggest is to go through online blogs and search for scholarly articles on one particular work. For example, if I'm looking for Huckleberry Finn, and if I've completed reading the novel and I've highlighted certain parts of it that I think are important, one thing that I can do to supplement my knowledge about the work is to look at how other people around the world have been thinking about that particular work of literature. So you can look for scholarly articles, and you can look for multiple scholarly articles and highlight certain parts that you might be able to reuse for your mains examination. So there are certain quotations or certain small incidents that are very special if you add into the answer. So those are the first 3 parts of preparation. The fourth and the most important part is to start writing answers in itself. Now a lot of people ask me what is the difference between how you write civil service examination with English literature and how you write for a college examination. So one thing I would like to say is civil service aspirants are expected to look for particular elements of a work, which means that an answer should contain a slight introduction to the time period along with the author and the work, and then go on to describe what the particular question is asking. For example, if it's asking about the slavery in Huckleberry Finn and to compare the evolution of slavery over time periods, what you are expected to do is to cite small little examples that you might have observed while you were reading the book in this particular context. So what you are showing the examiner is the fact that you have read this book first hand, and also try to bring in very original thoughts without having to look for multiple blogs. So this originality of answers and also a particular structure that can be followed from the very beginning to very ending is what really matters for a civil service answer. So another thing I would like to add is I had multiple things that I added for almost every answer. One is a 2-line introduction that basically showed the spirit of the times that the work was set in. The second part was what exactly is the question looking for? For example, if it's slavery of Huckleberry Finn, it will speak about how deep was the slavery engraved and in which all places are these shown. So there are small examples that I added. The fourth part is sometimes I would add critical understanding or how slavery of Huckleberry Finn was analyzed by other famous literary critics of the time period. So that would add some more value into the answer, and the conclusion would be a very original understanding irrespective of what the critics have been seen, and to have a very original understanding of that particular work in that context. So once you have that conclusion that is evolved from the rest of the answer, I think that answer will stand out for English literature. So another thing I would like to say about literature is the fact that it is a syllabus that is very short and very concise, and there are no questions absolutely that are asked beyond the syllabus. So one thing you can do is to estimate how much time you will take to actually read and go through these works, and also allocate some amount of time for answer writing. So for answer writing, the same method that I employed for mains, I employed for literature also. So while I was writing the answers, I wrote a few answers, showed it to a couple of mentors who had cleared before, like Shafiq and Hamna, who were toppers the previous years, and I got feedback from them. So another thing I did is to show these answers to Professor K.G. Radhakrishnan sir, who was my mentor in English literature, and take feedback from him as well. So the most important part is to incorporate the most important feedback that you get from so many different sources into your answers, into enriching them over time. And this process of answer writing is something that you can really pick up even if you start after prelims, because I myself have started it way after the prelims results. So that's about my optional. I really believe that most of you who are working hard should really make it through this examination, and I really wish my very best luck. Please do share, subscribe to Delhi Knowledge Track for more videos and information. Thank you so much.